Massive, this is LaserBolt and welcome to today's video, guys. Today I bring you guys an updated version of my brand new Devastator King build. We changed a couple things around within the skill tree. We changed a couple things when it came to mods, and we are also going to be removing a couple mods we had prior to that. So this build is extremely powerful. It does more damage than my previous King build. This is the updated version. I'm going to explain why we made those changes and why this actually does more damage, and how you want to actually play this to get the most damage when you're using it. So if all of this sounds like something you're definitely interested in, a like would be greatly appreciated, and let's dive in and talk about this build. So let's get started, of course, with the skills that we're going to be taking to use. I'm going to go by this really quick because I'm pretty sure you guys should already know. So we're running Earthquake. Is pretty much our bread and butter when it comes to doing damage and getting health back. Very slow cooldown, 6.7. We're running Golem. This is extremely important because not only is this going to give us a little bit more booster anomaly power, but it's going to make us a little bit tanky, and whenever we're in trouble, we'll just activate it and we'll get that Golem effect. Next up, we have Gravity Leap. Once again, really important because this is going to allow us to also do a little bit more damage. We use this to kind of traverse through the map and get around different areas, and just pretty much overall in general do some additional extra damage, and I'll explain how with Gravity Leap. So that's pretty much the skills we're using. Let's take a look at the class, and I'm going to explain the skill tree, things that we changed and why we changed them. Once again, guys, we're picking up Anomaly. This is an Anomaly build, not a bleed build, an Anomaly build. There's a big difference, and I'll explain why a little bit later. So picking up Anomaly here, picking up cooldown reduction to our Earthquake, another Anomaly nod. We're picking up another reduction to cooldown to our protective skills. That's for our Golem, so it's at 13 seconds. We're picking up this one, Strong Arm of Anomaly. It's really important you remember this and we read it correctly. After using a class melee skill, increase resistant piercing by 15% for each hit enemy for 10 seconds. So that means if you hit like a total of 5 enemies, that's going to increase it 15 times 5. So you guys get it right there, right? It does a ton of damage. We're looking at plus 60 to 70% more additional damage for every enemy hit. So if there's 3, 4, 5, 10, this is going to get crazy. If there's 10, 150 plus damage, and you're gonna see how this actually ties in perfectly with our mods. So next up, guys, another Anomaly one here, and we have this one, which is Paladin. Use protective skills to increase your Anomaly power. So whenever we're in Golem, we pop it, 45 additional more damage of our Anomaly for 10 seconds. We do that every 13 seconds. Increase resistance piercing, really important. We used to pick this one up, but we no longer pick this one up. This is to reduce the cooldown of our Gravity Leap. We went with this one, pure Anomaly resistance piercing. You guys will understand why once we get into the build. Then we have another Anomaly resistance. We have a cooldown reduction to our seismic abilities, so allowing our Earthquake to be spammed. We have another Anomaly increase. Then we have Executioner, increase your damage by 20% against enemies below 30% health. Really important, especially when we're fighting those nasty elites. Then we have Anomaly Reservoir, increase your Anomaly power by 6%. We're picking up a Bloodbath, and we're picking up or heal 25% of your bleed damage. This is pretty much the only source of health that we're getting back in this particular build. That is about it. This is going to keep you alive, so you're going to be in the nick of things. You want to be in front of people's faces, smashing and hashing. So that is how you're going to be getting your health back. If you see your health dropping, just hit someone up and get them to apply a little bit of bleed, and boom, your health is kicking back in. Then we have Regenerate, increase your skill life leech. That is really important as well. We're going to be able to get our health back when we use our skill, once again giving us a little bit of survivability. And then Protective by Anomaly, increase your armor bonus by 40% based on your Anomaly power, once again making us extremely tanky with this build. Next, guys, we're running Skilled Sentry, increase your armor by 20% and your resistance by 20% for 10 seconds. Once again, extremely important. You guys will see once we get into the build. Then we have a Pure Anomaly, increase your resistant piercing, another really important nod here. And then we have a Bloodbath, bleed afflicted enemies, deal 30% more damage. And last but not least, increase seismic skill based damage by 50%. Now let's take a look at our inventory. Now this is a very like end game dependent build. So I'm pretty sure as you guys are working your way here, you could be collecting the parts and getting everything sorted. So we run 3 different weapons we're running, guys. Is 2 shotguns. It's beautiful because the shotguns hit hard. And basically, you want to shoot once, reload, shoot once, reload, shoot once, reload, constantly on your weapons. You want to get that proc of that shot due to the fact that that's going to give you even more damage. Because what we're doing is when we're shooting, we're getting weapon life leech. is extremely important because it's a good way to get your health back. If you just reload, I've seen some people when they run this build, they run it incorrectly, because what they do is they'll just keep empty their clip, just keep, not reloading, but changing weapons and having the anomaly, the moaning winds proc. That is not the correct way to do it, especially if you want to be super tanky. You want to shoot once so you can not only get that weapon life leads and get that close range damage. So really important that you guys remember, shoot once, reload, shoot once, reload, okay? Here we have Fortress and Moaning Winds. That's the perfect combo for there. We have the anime once again with the same combo, Moaning Winds and Fortress. This one, for some reason, I haven't upgraded. What is wrong with you, Laser? It has, I didn't even know. Armor piercing, healing received, and close range damage. So I guess once I upgrade this, it's going to be even more deadly. I didn't notice. I think I switched it over because I got a higher one to drop, and I never have been uploaded over. And not uploaded, but I leveled it up. So we got to make sure we level up that bad boy to get more armor piercing, more healing, and more close range damage. And last but not least, guys, we're running a regular hand cannon or pistol, weapon life leech, status power, and healing received. Once again, don't have this one leveled up. So this one's really important because this is going to give us apply vulnerability bullets, which makes the enemy, that have less armor, or just makes you do a little bit more damage because they're vulnerable. And we also have Moaning Winds. So once again, here the trick is shoot once, apply that vulnerability, reload, and we have weapon life leech, status power, and healing received. Getting our health back when using this weapon is extremely crucial and important. So for weapon wise, guys, Fortress, Moaning Winds, that's the main bread and butter. And if the weapon has weapon life leech or health, that is extremely important. Now onto the gear. So we're running a triple threat, running the Seismic Commander helmet. If you guys don't know where to pick this up, check out my video. I detail exactly where to pick it up so you guys can know, be able to pick yours up as well. So this one comes with Anomaly power, status power, skill life leech. The only thing we like about here is we don't like that particular attribute set. I mean, we have to deal with it because we want to get the main bread and butter of this one, which is increase your damage towards enemies with bleed by 50%. Since we are theoretically applying bleed with our Earthquake, that is always proccing, and we got that bleed effect as well. Here, guys, we are running Anomaly Echo. This is a change from my previous video. We weren't running Anomaly Echo. We were actually running something different. And we are keeping the Blood Shock, which is your Earthquake. It's going to apply bleed to the enemy because every time they get bloody, we get that 50%. Next up, the chest piece, guys, we're running the Seismic Commander armor. This one comes with Earth Legacy, which is going to increase the range of that Earthquake mod. I tried playing with this. I tried playing without it. It does help a lot. It helps you clear out areas really easily and gives you that long range and applies that bleed effect to multiple enemies, which in turn ends up healing you. So that is very required in case you wanted to switch it up. We do have second Quake here as well. This drops from the boots from the Seismic Commander. So you're going to want to make sure you get this one. Really important because we want to have as many Quake as possible. Next up, guys, we're running the Seismic Commander legs. And this is basically what you want to have with the rest of your armor. Anomaly power, status power, cooldown reduction. That is the bread and butter of this build. That is what you want to have on the rest of your 4 pieces to make this build very viable. This one comes with Tainted Blood already, which is going to increase the damage dealt to enemies afflicted with bleed. So on top of that 25, we get to the 50% for running all 3 pieces, 75% more bleed damage. Now, we did put a mod here called Captain Hunter. This is a level 3 mod, which if you don't have it, you could probably apply a level 2 mod that does a little bit similar to damage against the elites. But once you guys get that one, which I'm pretty sure the majority of you guys already have, apply it to the pants. Next up, guys, we have the gloves. For the gloves, I have Anomaly Power, Close Range Damage, Cooldown Reduction. Unfortunately, I don't have the God Roll, which is the Anomaly Power, Status Power, Cooldown Reduction. But we do have the Close Range, so once I get that God Roll, it'll be awesome. So here we have Grounded Crush. Earthquake increase the skill-based damage by 84k plus. That means our damage is going to get increased, which is really good. And right here, we're running Unstoppable Force. It is extremely different from what we had before. This is the bread and butter of this build, which makes it even more damage. So let's go ahead and give you guys a quick rundown so you could understand why we decided to make this change. Now, if you're wondering where you pick up this mod is only being able to be obtained from the Pyromancer. You have to get a specific gear that comes with Unstoppable Force, which is found in the hands of the Reforge for the Pyromancer. So if you're trying to pick this one up, you're definitely going to have to play as a Pyromancer or hope to pray for RNG that you actually get it to drop and able to get, the hand of Reforge from the Pyromancer to drop for you if you're playing on a different class. But if you want to get it ASAP, hop on your Pyro and try to get that mod. So let's talk about exactly what this does. You see, it increases your anomaly power by 50%, okay, of your resistant piercing. Now let's go back to the skill class and show you guys what we have. So remember we went ahead and we picked this one up. So resistant piercing 15%, okay, and 15%. That's a total of 30%. You're probably saying, Laser, that is not a lot of resistant piercing, because that's only 30%. But wait, there's more. Now remember, we were able to increase our armor and resistance by 20%. So we kind of have to add that for 10 seconds when your skill ends. So when our earthquake ends, we're picking up that 20%. So we're picking up that 30, 50% when the skill ends. So when our gravity ends, when our earthquake ends, when our golem ends, this is going to be kicking up to 50%. In addition to that, we're actually able to get this even further, because let's just say we have these 30, right? 1, 2, 3, 30. When we actually melee someone, it's going to apply an additional 15%. This is only meleeing one person. So theoretically speaking, you have a total of 45% every time you melee someone. If you take into account the additional 20%, that's 65% on that. But on top of that, if you actually do the ground pound or the ground slam and you hit multiple enemies, this resistant piercing is going to get increased and multiply to give you even more damage, which then makes this particular mod, Unstoppable Force, really, really powerful, because the more resistance piercing you have, the higher your anomaly power base is going to be, allowing you to do way more damage. I have seen really high increments with my Moaning Wind with this, just because of that simple fact. I was running the other mod, which is the 50% damage to people that have bleed. I think I might have it. I think I have it on my boots here. And, I swapped that around. It does way more damage. Next up, guys, we have this one right here, which is our boots. Anomaly power, cooldown reduction, skill life leech. I like this one a lot. We probably could go with status power, but skill life leech is not that problem. We put the extra earthquake on here, and we are also running untamed power, which is using skills deals 49k plus damage to enemies within a 5-meter radius around you. The damage is equal to 30% of your anomaly power. So we're picking up that very powerful boost from that particular option. So there you guys have it. That is the updated version and why we updated it. I'm going to leave you guys with a little bit of gameplay so you can see this build in action. It is pretty crazy, pretty nutty. Does a lot of damage. I've been able to hit the maximum, like the maximum damage I've been able to do off of one particular Moaning Wind proc has been 10 million damage. Usually I'm getting between 4 million, 5 million damage, around there, 3 million. But that's the highest proc I've been able to get. So that's really, really crazy. And that's, imagine if you did that 3 times, that's 30 million damage in a very short succession. So there you guys have it. That is the updated LaserBolt Devastator King build. This thing wrecks. It is amazing. People are going to be jelly of you and be like, yo, why do you do such a bunch of damage? And be like, that's my boy LaserBolt build. You want to go ahead and check it out. And Sus even said people get upset with him when he plays because he does way too much damage and out damages them. So there you guys have it. That is the updated version. Check out the rest of the gameplay. Don't forget to check out the other videos that are going to be popping at the end of the screen. Really helpful, really informative. I hope you are enjoying our Outriders coverage. If you are, do me the huge favor, guys. Drop a like, drop a comment, but most importantly, subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications so you won't miss when we go live streaming, and when our videos get uploaded. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.